She completely lost it? Stick around as we dive into the firestorm of reactions that's engulfing the WNBA's reigning MVP. Trust me, you won't believe what some of these players are saying. Are you ready? Let's go. You know what's wild? A'ja Wilson just dropped a statement so bold, it's got the entire basketball world buzzing. And get this, she's not just saying it, she's 1000% believing it. Picture this, Wilson, fresh off her MVP season, sitting pretty on the roommate's show. She's all smiles, basking in her recent success. Then, out of nowhere, she starts talking about playing one-on-one against NBA players. Wait, what?
Okay.
Let's break down exactly what she said. Because trust me, it's pretty unbelievable. She didn't just say she could compete. Oh no, she went all in. Wilson claimed she'd get the ball first, and her opponent wouldn't get it back. That's some serious confidence right there. A'ja really thinks she can take on NBA talent and come out on top. Now, you're probably thinking, who's the unlucky NBA player she's calling out? Well, she set her sights on none other than Josh Hart, a starter for the New York Knicks. He's averaging 14.2 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 5.7 assists per game this year. Not exactly a walkover, right?
I feel like the score would be like 8-11. Me.
It's not that one.
I get ball first.
You get ball first.
She does get ball
You're
first.
not gonna get it back.
First.
And you
So-
feel it,
so-
but that's gonna be your time. Like that's gonna be your period, which is fine. I'm not saying I'm gonna go scoreless, but 8-11, I feel like it's pretty solid.
But hold up, there's more to this story. The hosts' reactions, priceless. They couldn't believe what they were hearing, and honestly, can you blame them? Wilson didn't just say she'd win. She gave us a score prediction. Are you ready for this? She claimed she'd beat Hart 11-8 in a one-on-one game. That's not just winning. That's a convincing victory in her mind.
So what do you think it'll be, Josh? Don't piss me off. Do not piss me off.
Here's where it gets even crazier. Josh Hart, being the good sport he is, decided to play along. At first, he jokingly said he'd win 11-2, but then, after Wilson got mad, he graciously adjusted his prediction to 11-7. Still a win for him, but at least he's giving her a little more credit, right?
Like a good 11, probably like 11-7.
Okay, that's fair. You got 7? Okay.
No. What you mean?
Now, you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Has A'ja lost her mind? I mean, confidence is great and all, but this is on another level. We're talking about the NBA here, the best of the best in men's basketball, and Wilson's not just saying she can compete, she's saying she can dominate.
A'ja Wilson is the queen of the delusion. She's absolutely the queen of the delusion.
Let's be real for a second. A'ja Wilson is an incredible basketball player. She's got the skills, the accolades, and the MVP trophy to prove it. But taking on NBA players one-on-one, that's a whole different ballgame. The size difference, the strength advantage, it's not just about skills at that point.
Josh Hart should have flamed her. He should have sent her into the abyss. 11-0. Let's be honest. 11-0. You can give her the ball first, you can block her shot, you can grab the rebound, and then you can dunk it on her 11 times.
So what do we make of all this? Is Wilson just showing the ultimate confidence of a champion? Or has she taken it a step too far? One thing's for sure, she's got everyone talking. But before we jump to conclusions, let's see what the pros have to say about this bold claim. Trust me, their reactions are just as wild as A'ja's statement.
But when it comes down,
former NBA All-Star and champion, isn't buying Wilson's hoop dreams. When he heard her comments, he went full bulldozer mode, crushing her claim hard. On his podcast, Teague dropped a bombshell. He flat out said Wilson couldn't beat any NBA player, G League player, or even a college baller. Talk about a harsh takedown.
So A'ja Wilson can't beat nobody in the NBA.
No, no,
that might get spooky.
Not
bro.
one. Not one.
Not one.
They did a whole.
We're talking bench players, everybody.
Teague's showing just how big the gap is between men's and women's basketball, and it's not looking good for her. He pointed out that these guys are serious players who've been crushing it since high school, and Teague knows what he's talking about. He's been there, done that. He gave us an inside look at pro basketball, saying
Do
that
y'all know on the bench used to average 40 in high school and
Yeah, bro,
20 in college?
Teague really drove his point home. He thinks the difference in physical ability and skill is so big that Asia wouldn't have a chance against even lower-level male players. That's gotta hurt. Now, Wilson is a star in the WNBA. She's got game and an MVP trophy to prove it. But Teague's talking about a whole different ballgame. He's saying men's basketball, with all its athleticism and high-flying plays, is just on another level.
The top WNBA player is not beating the 12th man.
She's not beating in the G League.
So
She's not beating in college.
Is Teague just telling it like it is? Or is he selling WNBA players short? And what does this mean for the big debate about men's versus women's basketball? What does a WNBA legend have to say? You're not going to believe who else is jumping into this Wilson drama. The one and only Cheryl Miller, folks. Yeah, that's Cheryl Miller. The basketball legend who once dropped 105 points in a high school game and had her college jersey retired before she even graduated from USC. Talk about a baller. Now, you'd think Miller would be all about supporting her fellow female star, right? Well, hold on to your seats because her take on this whole situation is not what you'd expect from a women's basketball icon. Instead of backing up Wilson's bold claims, Miller's got some thoughts of her own that are raising eyebrows across the basketball world.
But there's no question and no doubt in my mind that I could play. I would have been not just competitive in the W, wouldn't have missed the beat.
Here's the twist. Miller isn't just commenting on Wilson's statement. No, she's making a bold declaration of her own. And let me tell you, it's a doozy. But wait, there's more. Miller didn't stop at just saying she could hang in today's WNBA. She took it a step further and called out A'ja Wilson specifically. Get this, Miller said she could guard her and make life difficult for her on the court. In her own words, legends weighing in on this whole mess. Wilson claims she can beat NBA players. Jeff Teague says she couldn't even beat college guys. And now Cheryl Miller's saying she could guard Wilson herself. It's like a basketball soap opera, and it's getting wild. But hold on to your jerseys because this story's far from over. You won't believe what one of Asia's own teammates has to say about all this. Trust me, it's gonna blow your mind.
Maybe I can score, but like, who am I gonna defend? These guards, these point guards are like 6'6".
Just when you thought the Wilson saga couldn't get wilder, her teammate decides to weigh in. Kelsey Plum, a sharpshooter for the Las Vegas Aces and Wilson's teammate, had something to say about beating NBA players one-on-one. Her take? Pretty much the opposite of what Asia's been saying.
No.
Not one?
Not even someone from the bench.
Plum didn't just brush off the idea. She broke it down in a way that really puts things in perspective. She pointed out the big physical differences between WNBA and NBA players. It's not all about skill, but here's the reality. Plum admitted, just sheer size and athleticism, that's the problem. Then she added, maybe I can score, but who am I going to defend? Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
You have to understand, if we're doing like shooting workouts, skill workouts, I'm very confident in anyone that you put in front of me that I can compete.
Plum's not just talking about scoring here. She's bringing up a big part of basketball that people often forget in these debates: defense. Sure, you might score on an NBA player, but stopping them, that's a whole other story. When you're facing NBA guards who are often 6'6", skill alone isn't enough. Plum's take is refreshingly honest. She's not afraid to say she couldn't beat any NBA player one-on-one because of the size and athleticism gap. It's a humble admission that's worlds apart from Wilson's confident claims. Social media reaction has been intense. Fans are going wild with hashtags like Fully Delusional and A'ja Wilson Challenge. It seems like everyone's got an opinion, and they're not shy about sharing it. But there's more to this than just online chatter. This controversy could have serious consequences for Wilson's public image. When you make such big claims, people start to question everything about you. It's like A'ja opened a can of worms, and it might be tough to close it now. Her credibility is at stake, and this goes beyond typical sports trash talk. The basketball world is watching closely, and how A'ja handles this situation could make or break her reputation. In the end, this might be the start of a tough chapter for one of the WNBA's biggest stars. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.